All right, here we go. This is my retorical speech number 3. My topic is obviously on music. So, why kids should have more options with music in ordinary public schools? This is kind of a big debate. A lot of kids like music. Me, personally, I love music and I would love to have more options in schools. This is my insight on some of it. Some kids want to go down a different path. They want to get into music colleges and not get a regular degree. Me personally, I would love to go to like a music college and just, I don't know, try to explore that area, learn music theory, learn how to compose music, learn the notes of music, and just stuff like that. But at schools publicly, I don't know, there's like one music teacher and 1,000 students, and it's just hard to learn. And there's like barely any classes that you get to have. Like there's guitar, there's marching band at our school. There's things like that, but it doesn't really go too in depth with music itself. And you don't have a lot of options to get a lot of music credits to get into a college that would offer you to be creative musically and just be able to get a degree in music. A lot of kids don't have an interest in core classes and all their attention is on music. Well, that is actually just one thing that's true for me. I struggle to pay attention in my classes because all I'm thinking about is music. I love music. I write music. I play in a band. I do a bunch of stuff with music, and I would just love to have more options, again, for music, because it's just being able to do math and stuff. Like, I don't need to be able to do math to be able to write music and just look at it. Like, it's just some things just don't make sense to me, and I just feel like we should have more option in what we should be able to do with our lives. It's like kind of like a pre-college thing, but like I just would love if there was more options at Del Oro or just at any public school or second school or whatever school you go to. There would just be more options for you to be able to explore music and be able to just get into that topic. Some people don't need to learn math, biology to learn about music. Like I said, that is true. I don't need to learn biology. Just a lot of other kids feel the same way as me. Um, there's a lot of good options for people who want to write music and compose. There's a lot of good job offerings like Foley, which would be sound design for like movies, like creating sounds for movies and soundtracks for movies. There could be producing music, like a beat maker for like a famous person or like a rapper or something like that. Let me think. There's being a guitarist, famous guitarist. I watch a lot of famous guitarists that started at my age, and look where they are now. They're like all big famous people, and it just would be very cool if people like me could start early and get more interested in music opposed to math, biology, or kind of things like that. But it does offer a lot of good jobs for music. You can play at venues. You can be a pianist. It's just so much you can do with it. It's kind of limitless. There's a lot more to music than just writing, and people want to learn music theory. Well, there's a lot that goes on behind music. There's music theory, which is like chords, progressions, different type of chord progressions, the notes on the piano, guitar. The list goes on and on. Scales, blah blah. I can get into it, but this is not about that. This is about people wanting to learn music and just people needing to have more options at public schools to be able to pursue their passion of music. If schools made music classes more optional, it could open doors for a lot of students. So yeah, some students would not know even anything about music, nothing. But if we had music classes, we do have music classes. We have Guitar 1, but I took that class and I didn't really get much out of it. It was like the tip of the ice for getting into it, but it would be super nice if they had like another class for that, or like music theory class or something else. But students could jump into that and be like, okay, yeah, I like music, and they could keep pursuing their passion, take another class for music, or even just move to a whole different music school just to learn that. But it could open doors for a lot of students that are like my age, and it can take their mind off of things. Like for me, I play guitar, and it just takes my mind off a lot of stuff. But it does open doors for a lot of people. Some kids want music credits for classes to get into music college and have higher chance in getting into one. Well, music colleges do like seeing that you have your standards, your math 1, math 2, math 3, English 3, pass all those. But if you do have music credits, say if you did like guitar 1, guitar 2, piano, marching band, things like that, singing, whatever schools have to offer, having those credits would definitely help you get into one. And at most schools, there is not too much music options, so it's hard for people like me or just people who want to get into music and that's their true passion to get into a music college, because they do look at a lot of those things. For schools, funding could be only like 40%, facilities 27%, materials, equipment, tools, instruments 23% of funding, instructional time in the arts is only 28%, and specialists 36%, which is, it's a decent number, but it definitely could be higher because nowadays, a lot of kids my age would love to get into music, and it's just hard for them to do that without the option for them to do it. Another thing I found is that most schools only have one music teacher. Like, our school, we have Mr. Duncan, Mrs. Murgo. That's it. And there's, 2,000 students? But in their classes, I don't know, it depends. There could be like 500, 600. But there needs to be more music teachers. There's only a couple, and they all teach one thing, like guitar, notes, but there could be a lot more option for having like music theory teacher, guitar teacher, piano teacher, singing teacher, whatever that needs to be. There could be other teachers for that subject, and I don't know, it just could be a lot more versatile for us students to be able to learn those things, and just open a lot more doors, like I said. But that's why I think there should be more options in public schools, because for me, like I said, I just want to do music. I don't want to become I don't want to become an engineer, or diesel worker, or construction worker. I want to get into music. But there's not a lot of options, but that's just how I feel on this subject, and I just thought I'd share that. Thanks for watching.